Hello everyone. In this tutorial, I would like to discuss about the case control statement in C language. Case control statement is also called as switch control statement. In fact, the case control statement or switch control statement can be understood as an alternative concept for the else if ladder, which we have already gone through in the previous session. But there is a slight difference in operation of the switch and else if ladder. Let us try to understand the real-time scenarios where the switch statement is more applicable than the else if ladder. Okay, let us see what exactly this case control statement is. In fact, when you learn C programming, so if you come across this switch statement, basically the switch is used to select one block of statements when you are writing n number of blocks as part of the program. It seems to be works like a simple else if ladder. But see, you can see I have block B1, a set of statements, block B2, block B3, so on. In fact, I have block Bn. Now, one way of selecting this one block among these Bn blocks is we have seen you can write if statement. If condition is true, say C1 condition is true, you can execute B1 block. Else if condition C2 is true, you can execute B2 block, and so on. Worst case, we execute Bn block. But if you observe very carefully, this happens, the selection of either B1, B2, B3, so on or so on, Bn happens based on the test condition. Based on the test condition only, you are going to select one block. But switch statement or case control statement will work in a different way. So the difference is, now instead of testing the condition as a user, so you would like to execute, that is your wish and will, that you would like to execute at say at time t naught, you want to execute B2 block, and at time t1 you would like to execute say B3 block. Maybe at time t2 you would like to execute B1 block. So in fact, based on the user's will and wish, I can say based on the user's choice, rather than testing the condition, based on the user choice, you would like to select one block of statements among the available n blocks. That is the only difference that you could able to understood the switch statement or the functioning of switch statement comparatively with the else if ladder. Now, how do you implement this concept? So, to implement this case control statement, we need three keywords in C language. One keyword is switch. It works like in fact, electrical switch. If you switch on the, say, fan number 1, so fan number 1 start functioning. Or if you switch on the light, so one light will be starts working. Okay. Or if you switch on the switch related to the refrigerator, then refrigerator starts working on. In the similar way, the switch in the programming is also used to switch on one block. So one switch can operates the which block to be executed. You can switch on BI block. Means either it could be B1, B2, B3 or Bn. So then the control goes to that block and executes the set of statements written in that block. So but this can be possible using two more keywords. We call it as CASE case. In fact, case follows colon, not semicolon. And we also have default case. And the supporting keyword that is needed to implement this switch statement is one more keyword. Probably you will be using break. Among these four, in fact, default and break are optional. These are optional. But switch case are compulsory. Okay, fine. Let us see the flow diagram of the switch statement. You can see on screen. So initially when you write the program, so you write switch here. So for the switch, what you need to give is which block you would like to execute. So the index of the block or the block number you have to supply that has a parameter. Okay. In case of else if ladder, we will write the test condition in the parenthesis. But in the switch, based on the user's choice and the based on the user's will and wish, and the time also matters. Based on the time also, the user would like to execute one block of statement. In such case, so you need to give the which block you would like to execute. So this block number could be as a normal integer. It could be a normal integer, either block 1, block 2, block like this, or it could be a character. Means if it is integer, I said b1 block or b2 block, means we give the numbers. In fact, 1 means b1, 2 means b2. If it is a character, we can say a block, b block or c block. So you can specify the block number either in the form of an integer or in the form of a character. Or you can also write this as an expression. It could be a mathematical expression, but the result of the expression must be either integer or it must be a character. Integer or it must be a character. What does it mean? In fact, you can write switch, say I say x plus 2 star y minus z. So what happened? This expression is evaluated and the result must be an integer or it should be a character. So the switch you cannot supply real numbers. Means if I write switch 2.1, it is an error. So for switch, the index must be either an integer or a character. I can say switch 2 means go to block 2. This is okay. I can say switch character means let it be in single quote. It is okay. For the switch, you cannot supply real numbers and also string. So let us see. So for example, if I write say switch go to block 2, means I can specify like this. Means it comes to, now is it block 1? No, it is not a block 1. So it is given as a block 2. So means that can be handled as case 2. Switch 2 means the 2 refers to which case it is. So case 2. So case 2, block 2, whatever you write under the case 2 gets executed. Fine. After executing the statements written under this case, you don't want to execute the other blocks of statements. This is for block 3. Let it be B3. and this is for B4. But at any point of time, because I said it is an alternative concept for else if ladder, so you can execute only one block of statements, but it is based on the user choice, not based on the test condition. That is only the difference. Fine. So I don't want to continue the execution of the program or the flow of execution to the rest of the blocks. In such case, I have to break the control flow. So that's why I have written the break statement. When break is executed, we will come out of this switch. You can see the flow, we will come out of the switch, and the statements written outside the switch gets executed. Means how you can understand the syntax. This syntax can be written like this. So let me write switch. Let it be choice of the user, means variable. I can write case 1, if choice is 1, do something and break it. Break it means, so the control comes directly outside the switch. Fine. If it is case 2, execute something, break it. So on, you can write n cases. But if choice applied by the user is not matching any cases, means the choice is not 1, not 2, not 3. If it is not matching, worst case, in the else if ladder we execute the else. Here we execute the default case. We say default. You say that the user's choice is not matched with the cases written in the switch. So that way you can write the statement in the default case. So that is the way how the switch is going to work. Now let us apply this concept for the simple program. The simplest program that you can write once if you are okay with this switch statement in C is so developing a simple calculator. So you can see on screen right now, I would like to write a program. So based on the my choice, it has to perform the arithmetic operations. Arithmetic operations could be say addition. If numbers are A and B, A plus B, it could be A minus B, A star B, A division B, A modular division B. So I want to execute these operations, but as a user, when program asks me the choice, I will supply the choice based on my choice. Either addition has to be performed or subtraction has to be performed, multiplication, division or modular division has to be happened. Means so I can develop cases for each operation. It could be case 1, it could be case 2, case 3, so on. So worst case, if somebody let it be case 5. When the program asks the choice of the user, ask for the choice of the user, if he gives choice 10, means you want to execute to case 10. But if case 10 is not written inside the program, then it will be a problem. So the executor will be searching for the case 10, but it could not find the case 10. In such case, in fact, okay, it will execute the default case. Means statements under the default gets executed. The statements under the default will be the display message for the user saying that, hello my dear user, the case 10 is not available inside the switch. In fact, you have not written the case 10. So please submit the case in between 1 and 5, because we have developed the cases only for these operations 1 to 5. So let us see. So two numbers are taken as AB, and choice is also declared as integer because which can take choice as integer. Let me scan the integers, and so let me scan the choice. If choice is 1, you can see, if choice is 1, you can see the syntax case 1 followed by the colon, and I am going to do addition operation. Once addition is performed, I would like to come out of the switch, so break is written. So in fact, to fit this screenshot on screen, I have written this break after the printf statement. So you can write this break statement not in a row, you can write it in a different row also. Fine. Right, case 2 I am performing the subtraction operation, addition, and I am doing the division operation. In fact, I am doing typecasting here because we know integer by integer always integers. But division operation, for example, if it is 3 by 2, I had to get 1.5. So that is the reason why I am going for the typecasting. If I apply float before the a value becomes, what happens? It becomes 3.0, 3.0 by 2, then it becomes 1.5. Right, even case 5 I am doing modular division, so you can write break here, it is not at closed break. So in fact, if case is if choice is not between 1 and 5, so I want to execute the default case. So it could be a display message to the user saying that printf, dear user, please enter choice between 1 and 5. That's it, because only 5 cases are developed over there. So then you can close this switch and return 0 and then close main. So fine. So this will be working as a simple program. When you execute this program, in fact on Linux environment, you will be executing this as cc space, let it be switch.c, program name is switch.c, and then dot slash a dot out. So what it will enter values of a comma b. It will ask you comma b. So if you say that a is 4 and b is 6, so this is the input. Okay, and then it will ask you the enter choice. Enter choice. Then so for example, say choice is 2. Then what happens? So case 2 is selected. And whatever there in the case 2, so means the result of the subtraction is, in fact, let it be result of the subtraction is a minus b, that will be printed. So what is the output? Output here is, yeah, the result of subtraction is 4 minus 6, it is minus 2. So this is the how the simple switch will be doing the operations based on the user choice. Now the choice is, in fact, here now it is integer. Am I right? So it is integer, but it could be character also. If the choice is a character, then how, let us see how this switch case will work. Means instead of specifying choice as a integer number, I can specify this as a character also, because switch works with characters. Character could be, I say plus, addition has to be done. If I say minus, subtraction has to be done. If I say star, multiplication, slash, division, percentile, modular division. So my input for the program will be the character symbol. Based on the symbol, the operation has to be performed. You can see this program. Yeah. Now we are scanning the operation, in fact choice as a character. So I recommend here, whenever you are scanning a character, better you write scanf like this. Scanf before percentile c, you just leave some space and then write this operation, because when you are scanning the character, in fact at the command prompt when you are giving the input, probably say cc space switch.c. Okay, so when you say dot slash a dot out, so you will be waiting at the command prompt to supply the input. If you press enter here, so if you press enter here, enter will be taken as a character. Or if you press space bar here, space bar, the space bar will be, or the space will be taken as a character, and these will be given as value for this operation. So to avoid, to skip this enter or space bar, we leave this space here. Okay. right? I am taking these numbers to be a double. Okay, so to scan the numbers, we use percentile the formatter specified to scan the variables declared as double is LF, means long float. In fact, double will be up to 14 digits of precision, whereas float, in fact, yeah, let me write here. Double is up to 14 digits of precision, whereas float is only up to 6 digits of precision. Right, so I am scanning the values. So if it is the character being pressed is plus, I do the addition operation. If it is minus, I do the subtraction. You can see the formatter specifiers being used here is different. Let me explain this. So what does it mean? Point, I said 0.1 LF. So this is for long double. LF is for double. Then 0.1 means, so you want to print one value after the decimal point. After the decimal point that 0.1 represents. This way also you can use decimal point. Otherwise what happens, being the number is double, after decimal point you are going to print the 14 values. So to trim these values, I am using just zero point 0.1, means I want only one decimal value, one value after the decimal point. You can see that. So default I said it is error. Okay, this way the switch can be used by supplying the choice as either has integer or as a character. Fine. And yeah, I want you to understand what are the other things need to be understood about the switches. Yeah, the switch could be, you can write the switch like this also. Switch choice, let it be ch. Okay, case 1. Okay, I write say something like printf percentile d, let it be a plus b. And if I forgot to write this break statement and I go with case 2, and there I will printf percentile d a minus b. Here I will write the break, and so on. I will write the switch. If choice given, if choice say choice, that is ch, is equal to 1, what happens? So it will come to this case 1 and executes. So if you have already scanned the a plus b values, let it be a is equal to 4 and b is equal to 2, then what happens, you will get 6 here. And then after printing this statement, the control continues to execute the rest of the case also cases. Why? Because what is missing is break is missing here. So because break is not there, you will not come out of the switch. So the flow of execution continue the next case, continue to next case, and it will also print a minus b value. What happens? It becomes minus 2. As you have written break here, then the control will be switched to, or will be transferred from the switch to outside the switch. So the control being transferred from there itself, where the break is encountered, to the outside the block. That's what we know, the operation of the break statement. That is one point I want you to understand. And in fact, I said default is optional. Default is purely optional. Either you can write or you can omit it. Not an issue. It is not an error. Okay, these are the two more important points. And also you can understand, you sometimes you may write, for example, if case 1 or case 3 or case 4 or case 5, let it be case 7 also. Okay, if the choice is either case 1 or case 3 or case 5, you want to do something, so that can be written here. Say the number is, say I say the number is odd. I can say the number is odd. So this way also you can write the cases. We will see one example on this, because see, if it is January or March or May, we'll have 31 days per month. Such kind of real time scenarios can be handled in this way. So you can match multiple cases, and if choice is being supplied by the user, if it is under this any case, so then the block of statements written, either if choice is 1, so you execute this, either choice is 3, you execute this, either choice is 5, you execute this. Same with 7. Am I right? Let us see other example. The example given here is, yeah. So it is, the program is entering an integer number, and the output of this program must be, so the name of the week or name of the day. Means input we expect it to be between 1 to 7, and the output is, if number is 1, that should be Monday, number is 2, that should be Tuesday, so on. You can see I am scanning the choice as an integer, and see I have written, if it is case 1, it is Monday, then I want to break it. If choice is 1, so I will come out of this switch, execute that, print it is Monday, and execute this. If choice is 2, then we will execute this. So based on the case, I am going to execute one block of statement which is written under the case. Okay, you can write break below this case also. And one more example, yeah, this could be the better example to understand the different way of operation of switch. So in fact, the objective of this program is, so if I enter the um, see number or month number, input for the program is month number, and output should be number of days in the month. Output should be number of days in the month. NO stands here, stands for number, so let it be NU, number of days, right? So I want you to understand the concept of enum also here. So I want the students to understand the real-time scenarios where enum can be used. You might be knowing enum is a user-defined data type which is used to assign numbers to names. Am I right? Numbers to names. In fact, because I said month number, but in the real-time scenario, instead of saying case 1, if I say case January, that would be nice. So the readability of the program is good. So that is the reason why I want to use name of the month rather than the number of the month. So how can I do that? Because in cases, case could be an integer case or a character, but it could not be a string case. So that is the reason why here I am defining a enum variable named as month. So I have written January to December, and you know the working principle of the enum. If I initialize the first variable of the enum, and the rest will be the added with the previous variable value will be added with 1, means February will be 2, March will be 3, so on. The December will be initialized with 12. Now I am scanning the month number. If month number is given, so maybe it is month number is let it be 6. Then what happens? Because we already given values for the month names, 6 means it is June. So case June gets executed. Where I have written the case June, you can see. Yeah. So here case June is written here. So we have seen for multiple cases you can execute a single block. So means case June is here. So we come to here and I will print the 30 days. What is the logic of this program? You might be knowing. Yeah, let me tell you. So which month will have 30 days? Which month will have 31 days? Which month will have 28 days? We know it. Yes or no? So in fact, January, March, May, July, August, October and December will have 31 days. We know. And if it is February, it could be 28 or 29. If the year is leap year, we'll have 29 days. And rest of the months, right? April, June, September, November will have 30 days. So based on that, so for all these months, for all these cases, we will print 31 days. You can see January, March. January means 1 because enum variables are initialized. March means 3, May means 5, July means 7, August means 8, and October means 10, and December means 12. So for all these cases, 31 days will be there. So I am printing 31 days. I hope you are understanding it. So this way also you can implement the this switch. But in fact, in real time, the switch is used for the different purpose. Okay, in real time, the switch is being used with the data structures. So data structures like stack and queue, even with linked list, we perform different operations. On stack, we use operations called push, pop, and display. Means to select one of the operations to be performed on given data structures. In case of queue, we use write operation, read, and display. And even on the linked list, we have a number of operations: creating linked list, create, insertion of node at the beginning, at the end, and in the middle after specified element. Okay, index of the element after the node has to be inserted. So in real-time scenarios, most of the data structures to perform the specific operation based on the user choice, we use the switch. Okay, we use the switch to implement these operations on different data structures. Okay, guys. So that's about the switch. Okay, you can also write on your own some programs on switch so that you can get command over the usage of the statement, switch statement. Okay, guys. So in the next class, I will be talking about the loop or repetitive control statements. Loop or repetitive control statements. These are very important. So by learning these, you can write a number of programs. So let us see this in the next tutorial. That's it from my side. Okay.